What is up everyone, it's CMG here. So Overwatch decided to post some really awesome stuff on their YouTube channel that concerns Overwatch 2. Now the content that we have here contains some gameplay testing material where some of the Overwatch League pro players have come together to showcase the sort of gameplay that we should come to expect as opposed to what we have now in Overwatch 1. Which, looking at some of this early stage of it, it does look a little different actually. Now, the maps that are being shown off here are the new map, which is New York. They have actually shown this off during a live stream gameplay session that they had back in May, I believe. We've also seen a bit of Rome as well during the Overwatch League Grand Finals. There was an exhibition match being done there. There's also some showcase of Toronto at some point, but we haven't got some actual gameplay for that. I think the last time they showed a little bit of Toronto was back in BlizzCon of 2019, where a lot of players went over and played a little bit of Overwatch 2, and they played on Toronto, nothing but Toronto. However, there are also maps currently in Overwatch 1 that have also been shown off as well, Dorado and Havana. So Havana was at nighttime, and we also got to see for the first time what Dorado looks like in the daytime. Now, the reason why they're probably showing off some Overwatch 1 maps is probably because they want to demonstrate to us that maps currently in the game can work with this new system that they want to put in place for Overwatch 2. Now, of course, this new system that they are trying to implement into Overwatch 2, I'm sure you guys know what this is that the game is now going to be played in a 5v5 format. So there's going to be one tank per team. And this is the one thing that they've changed. So this, instead of the 6v6 Overwatch style that we are so used to at the moment. Now, people do have their respective opinions on this. I mean, I'm a little bit in the middle, actually. For one person, I think 5v5 might be beneficial to those people that want a completely different style of playing Overwatch. I mean, there are people that are in favor of individual skill rather than, you know, focusing on the team or relying on your teammates to do the jobs for you. You know, I, for one, especially when I'm playing by myself, I end up getting really annoyed at my teammates for not doing certain things. I mean, teamwork is essential in every game that we play. I mean, I have played along with friends as well, playing Overwatch, and the most important thing is, you know, when everyone is playing together and they're working as a team, that's when Overwatch excels. But this 5v5 is focusing solely on individual skill. And there are people that debate that they like it. There are people that don't like it. There's a mixed bag of opinions. But right now, I'm in the middle somewhere. I mean, I'm still going to play Overwatch 2 in some form, whether or not it's a free-to-play PvP aspect of it and we have to buy the PvE version, or maybe that we have to buy a whole new game called Overwatch 2. Who knows? We're still not really certain how this Overwatch 2 sequel is going to be distributed, whether it's going to be a completely new game or whether it's going to be a whole new expansion to the game that we have right now. I mean, right now it's 5v5. This is how they want to push Overwatch forward. They want to make it so that it's more of a deathmatchy kind of style of playing. I mean, if they're taking away one tank, there'll be people that argue, well, tank synergy is the most important part of any Overwatch team. You know, it's very, very nice to watch it, you know, especially in the professional side of Overwatch, whether it be Overwatch League or Overwatch Contenders. You know, people like to see the synergy being shown between the tank players, but now they're taking that away, and it's going to be more of a brawl style of game, where everybody just focuses on individual skill, and there are people that don't like it and people that might like it, who knows, but I don't know, yeah, you give your opinion in the comment section below. But right now, for me, I'm kind of neutral. But yeah, you let me know in the comment section down below. So the next thing I want to talk about briefly is the daytime and the nighttime abbreviations of the Overwatch 1 maps that we got to see. So we got to see a nighttime version of Havana, and we also got to see a daytime version of Dorado. Now, the devs, during the making of Overwatch 2 segment from the BlizzCon line, from 2020, I believe, showcased the idea of having different nighttime, daytime abbreviations of different maps, which was really good to see. I liked the look of daytime Dorado. I've never actually seen this style of map before, which was really nice to see. However, What would be really cool in this case would be to have daytime and nighttime abbreviations of the same map in the game. Now, whether this is going to be true or not, whether they're just going to completely can nighttime Dorado, and you'll never get to see nighttime Overwatch ever again, and they'll just use daytime Dorado as the focal, this is going to be the new version of Dorado, live with it. It remains to be seen. I mean, I would like to see both nighttime and daytime in the game. I don't really see a difference between nighttime and daytime. All they've done technically is just change it from daytime to nighttime. And the same can be said for Havana. And I'm sure that there's going to be a completely different rework for all the maps. With the exception of the 2CP maps. Because, well, 2CP's not going to be in Overwatch 2, is it? Because they've scrapped that completely. But obviously the control maps, the hybrid maps, and the regular payload maps are all going to be reworked in some way, shape or form. But like I said, you know, are they going to have it so that we're going to have daytime and nighttime in the game? Or not, who knows? But I do like the look of these maps. I think it's a completely different, fresh way of looking at them. And yeah, it was really nice to see them. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about as well is we need to chat about the sound effects of the weapons that were being fired as well. Most notably, Soldier 76's weapon. Now, again, this was also discussed during the Making of Overwatch 2 segment, where they were talking about the sound effects to weapons. And what they were discussing was they were talking about the way that real life weapons are fired, and they were doing like a little side project to see, you know, what kind of sound effects would be beneficial to make the weapons sound more realistic rather than what we have right now, which is kind of like really, really bland. And we've been used to it for the last 5 years. But to listen to the way Soldier 76's rifle actually fires in the game was kind of refreshing for some reason. I don't know. It didn't, I don't know. It didn't technically sound like a rifle going off, but at the same time, it was almost like, you know, this sounds really fresh to me. Like I've been listening to the way that Soldier 76's rifle has been fired for the last 5 years, and now the way that it's being fired now in this new style, this new sound, is really, really interesting. You know, it's taking Overwatch down a whole new different avenue, and it's trying to sound more realistic. And I really like the idea of that. It really makes the game sound fresh, technically. But yeah, I'm talking too much about the aesthetic and the sound side of it. Now, we also want to talk about the Bastion reworks that were being shown off as well. Now, we did see a little bit of the Bastion rework in play, especially on the Dorado map, especially. Now, just to remind you of what Bastion can do in Overwatch 2. Now, Bastion now has a sticky grenade that he can fire out, and it will stick to enemies, it will blow up, and it will also deal damage to anybody that's around that bomb especially. So it's like a very, very nice little crowd control kind of mechanism where you can fire it out and deal a lot of damage in that way. The other thing that was really interesting about Bastion's rework is it was the sentry gun configuration, where he's, rather than just standing in one place, he's actually moving. Now, you compare this with the current Bastion in Overwatch 1. I mean, there's no comparison really. I mean, right now, Bastion in Overwatch 1 is more like a niche pick. You know, you put him on top of a payload, there you've got a pirate ship meta. You put him on top of the high ground with a Bastion and an Orisa, you've got a bunker composition. I mean, all you do with Bastion is you plonk him in front of the enemy team, and then just brrr, and then just literally just mow everybody down. And that's literally all you do with Bastion. That is pretty much his forte. And then his ultimate is more like a tank configuration, where you just throw a few explosive shots at the enemy and then you get a few people somewhere. But they've completely reworked him, and the ultimate is obviously the artillery strike, where you get 3 shots. Where you shoot 2 artillery strikes up into the air, and you choose where those land. Now, I don't think they actually showed this off. I think there was some brief Bastion gameplay. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the artillery strike in action, or did we? I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to see the gameplay being shown on New York, so maybe they actually showcased it off. All I saw was Havana and Dorado. But, I mean, to conclude this, I really like the idea that Overwatch have decided to upload these playtests just so that we can see how the current Overwatch maps will play out in this new Overwatch 2 style gameplay with the 5v5 and the more brawly aspect of it instead of, you know, this 6v6 cluster of characters. Well, technically, cluster of characters being one extra tank. I mean, PvP is great to look at. Don't get me wrong. And, you know, people can argue, you know, do they prefer 5v5? Do they prefer 6v6? Will there ever be a 6v6 classic Overwatch being shown in Overwatch 2 arcade mode? That'll be interesting to see. But what I really want to see is Overwatch PvE. That's what I really want to see. I really want to see how PvE is played in Overwatch 2. Now, we know that possibly PvP is going to be the free-to-play side of Overwatch 2. However, the PvE side of Overwatch 2 is going to be paid for. Now, that's what I want to see. But it's really unfortunate that right now all we're looking at is playtesting in PvP, which is nice. I like to see, you know, how the Bastion reworks, how the Sombra reworks be in the Overwatch 2 game. And, I mean, there is a lot of work to be done on some of the other characters that need to be reworked. You know, we just had some recent talk of Brigida and Mercy getting reworked. I mean, most of the supports are going to get reworked. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below about this new playtesting, about this new content that Play Overwatch have posted up on their YouTube site, and you know, what you guys think of it, because it's really, really interesting stuff to sort of delve into. Technically, the gameplay that's being shown here is talking a little bit about the current recent reworks that are being showcased at the time. I mean, right now, I mean, there's not really much to talk about in terms of, you know, what's going to happen with the other heroes in the game. I mean, I would have thought that the heroes in the game right now are Overwatch 1 heroes, technically, that are going up against Overwatch 2 Bastion, Overwatch 2 Sombra. I'm not so sure that the same kind of heroes that are being shown off in this playtesting is going to be the same as when we'll ever get the beta. So if we do get a beta game of Overwatch 2, these heroes won't play the same as when we do get the beta. So what do we see from this? I would say I like the idea of seeing nighttime abbreviations and daytime abbreviations for respective maps. That was nice to see. I did like the sound effects being heard from Soldier 76's rifle and also Tracer's pistols as well. I think there were some differences to the sound of that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. I would like to see some of your opinions and all the rest of it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, thank you very much for stopping by and watching this. If you want to see content like this in the future, then go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. There's also my Twitter account and also my Discord server. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Have a great day. Have a great life. Be nice to your fellow gamers because we are all human beings. I've been CMG, and until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.